He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me.
Hi delegates of ECOFIN, welcome to CMUNC 2017, and we're so excited to have you up here at Cornell's campus in Ithaca to participate in what will be one of the greatest model UN experiences of your life. So I'm here with the ECOFIN Dais, Alex, Bo, and Cameron. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a junior at Cornell, and I'm a statistics major, and I will be your chair for the week.
Hi everyone, my name is Bo. I'm a junior studying environmental engineering. I'll be your vice chair.
Hello everyone, I'm Cameron. I'm a freshman studying computer science, and I'll be your secretary.
Great, so just to start off, what about CMUNC or this committee really excites you? What are you excited and interested for?
Sure. So I'll start with that. Definitely, we'll talk about this more later, the dynamics of this committee are a little different than what you see normally, and the topics are obviously really, really interesting, and I just think it'll be a really good environment for both us to learn a lot about what delegates think about renewable energy and about model UN and the procedures we're doing, and also for the delegates to learn a lot about themselves and about what it means to really build consensus in the committee.
It will be my second time working with Alex and CMUNC. We were chair and vice chair last year as well. I think it will be a good experience for you and also for us to know more about renewable energy, and especially in this sustainable world right now.
So this is my first time working with both of you, and for me, I'm very interested in pioneering this UN for Model method. We'll be the first American university to use this method in Model UN, and I'm very excited to see how it comes into fruition.
Yeah, so I know a few of you have mentioned this before. Our ECOFIN committee this year will be run a little differently. We'll actually be enacting a procedure called UN for MUN, and you guys will actually, we're the first US school to actually start this. So would you guys just like to sort of expand on the UN for MUN procedure and why you think it's important, maybe describe it a little bit, just talk a little more about this new model UN method?
Sure, we can start with that. So there's actually Cameron and I and some other members of this organization attended a conference a few months ago at the UN in New York just to learn about this method, learn about how the UN actually runs. And what we learned and what everyone else at the conference learned was that the UN is built around consensus building more than it is about voting your paper in over someone else's. So the entire idea here is that the entire committee has reached a consensus that this working paper, this document, is really the way forward and the path to go down. So all the procedures move toward that consensus building, that reaching of some sort of agreement that everyone will implement and be happy with. Because if a resolution passes that half the committee or almost half the committee hates, it's not going to be implemented. The real world won't do it. They'll just ignore what the UN does because the UN can't enforce these things. So very different than what you normally see. The procedure is very different. And we've worked really hard to make that clear to our delegates. And we're super excited to show you that when you come.
And one key aspect of UN for MUN is that it tries to really copy down to the last detail the exact procedures used in the actual UN. So you'll be seeing some new parliamentary procedures in place during this committee, and it will require some time to get accustomed to, but ultimately it will be a very fulfilling experience, and we're very happy to bring that to you during this committee.
Some advice I'll say, just it was a little bit overwhelming for the first time actually to see all the rules, but I think it's just advice, some tips to just read the rules again in the background guide. I think we're explaining a very, very detailed insight. Just make sure you know this, and we will have some training sessions as well during our conference.
Yeah, so I understand that the topic is renewable energy. Why did you choose renewable energy as your topic, and why is it such an important issue to discuss? How might that play in your moderated caucus or just general discussions within the committee?
Absolutely. So especially with the structure of the committee is a little different, this is a really interesting topic because there's so many ways to approach renewable energy, whether it's countries giving funds to one another or sharing of ideas. There's a lot to be said, a lot of literature, a lot of research to be done about this topic that the UN has already done and will do in the future. And that's what makes it so compelling for me, is that there's a lot of work that can and will be done that's all positive, but there's no one clear answer, which makes it a good topic for us to debate at length.
Just as Alex says, there's so many ways to approach renewable energies. I'm an environmental engineer. I study more scientific ways about renewable energies. But besides there are more economic issues, there are more political issues, working with government and NGOs, developed countries, developing countries. There's so many negotiations that could happen here.
And especially because this issue is so diverse, there's no one solution, as Alex and Bo have said, and there's really a lot of room for negotiation and varying in outcomes between all the countries involved.
CMUNC really brands ourselves as a training conference, so we hopefully for even veteran Model UN delegates or first-time Model UN delegates that you go away from CMUNC with, becoming a better delegate. So do you guys have any advice that you can impart on our delegates, both, as delegates of CMUNC or ECOFIN, or even just other Model UN conferences?
So definitely in terms of this committee, this is for anyone, whether you're super experienced or not experienced at all with Model UN. The rules are a little different, and like what we're looking for is a little different than what we're usually seeing. So in this case, we really want delegates, and I just think in life also it's important to focus on collaboration more than being combative, right? That's what we're looking for. That's what works well in UN Command, and also in real negotiations in real life. Being a collaborative person, a peer to people rather than their adversary, really does work well in this method, as you'll see. And just more generally in Model UN in life, just speak your mind, speak up. If you're a little uncomfortable at first, if you're new to Model UN, whatever you have to say, it's still going to be valid, it's still going to be helpful. If you know something about the topic, which I'm sure you will. So definitely, if you feel like there's something to say, please say.
I think the most important part of being a collaborative person is to listen more about your delegates. You fellow delegates and to listen to more about advice from the chair. I know it's probably sometimes you want to try to write down everything you're going to say later to make your speech much powerful, but I think it's more important to actually listen to your fellow delegates too, and that's the only way to collaborate with others.
And of course, because this is a very new committee, this is a very new system that we're trying to incorporate in Kaya and CMUNC, we like to say please try to keep an open mind. You'll have a lot of new experiences within this committee, and whether you're a veteran to Model UN or a newcomer to Model UN, we'll have some new experiences for you also. Please just try and be accepting of all that and be ready to learn.
Great. So I hope you guys got a little bit of, a sneak preview of ECOFIN. We're really excited for all of you delegates to come up to CMUNC in April, and we hope you're excited for this committee.
These are the nights that never die. My father told me